Hey, what up? It's Will Maker. Today I'm going to go over my two favorite ways to use sidechain compression. Sidechain compression is when the level of one sound triggers a compressor on another sound and then compresses that sound. It's commonly used in EDM. It could be used as a creative effect, or it can help add clarity to a sound. So with that, let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, so I'm gonna first use this on a kick and a bass, and this technique is very common, especially with the 4-on-the-floor drum beat. So for demonstration purposes, I'm gonna be using heavy settings, and what this is gonna be doing is making room so you can hear the kick. So I'll play the drum and bass example. You can notice that the kick and the bass overlap, and that takes away the clarity of the kick. So what we're going to be doing to help the kick get some clarity is we're going to sidechain this to the bass. Every time the kick hits, the compressor is going to duck, basically lower the bass. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using a 4-to-1 ratio. This can vary depending on how drastic you want the effect. So what I'm doing is sending the kick signal over pre-fader. It's going to be at full signal, and it's going to my compressor on the bass track. Next, set it up to receive an external source. Now, I want the compressor to act right away, so what I'm going to be doing is setting up a fast attack. Then I don't want to keep compressing my kick. I only want it to hold for that first transient hit of the kick, so I'll be setting up a fast release as well. Now, your threshold is going to be to taste. You can use a light amount so that way you don't notice it, or you can use a lot of it to create a pumping effect as a creative effect. So we'll go ahead and we'll listen. So this is without again. Okay, so there's not much clarity on the kick there. So this is with my settings that I've set up here. So now you can hear the kick pop through the mix a little bit more. So here's drastic if you can't hear the first example. So as you can see, every time that the kick is hitting, the bass is ducking, and then it releases it so that way you can hear the bass again. So I use this effect on my kick and my bass quite often. This helps me get clarity to my kick. Next, I'll be demonstrating by showing it used with reverb and a vocal.
Damage inside. Damage inside.
Okay, so what I'll be doing is setting up a reverb on a send. What this is going to do is duck or lower the reverb effect while the vocal is playing by compressing the reverb. Then once the reverb has space, it's going to let go and you'll hear the reverb. So once again, I'll be using heavier settings so that way you can hear the effect. We're also setting this up similar to what we did as the kick. So let's go ahead and take a listen. So here's the effect once again bypassed.
Damage inside. Damage inside.
Okay, so that's just with a ton of reverb. Now what I'm doing is setting up the sidechain. So the reverb is going to be compressed. It's going to be triggered by the vocal. So let's go ahead and take a listen.
Damage inside. Damage inside.
So you notice once the vocal is playing, and then once the vocal stops, then the reverb is released. So we'll go ahead and we'll listen to it again, and I'll use a little bit more drastic settings.
Damage inside. Damage inside.
This can be used as a creative effect as well. So this can also help add clarity to the vocals so that way the reverb is not mudding up the vocals. So it's definitely something that's helpful. So those are two ways that I like to use sidechain compression. So I hope you found this helpful. And if you like content like this, please feel free to like and subscribe. Other than that, peace out.